All right, so I am getting ready for church right now. Happy Palm Sunday, y'all. Oh, you're cloudy. Hold on. There you go. Much better. So yeah, getting ready for church, and I had another thought from yesterday, or like this. Can I call it a revelation? I guess I could. I've been struggling with the question of evil, the question of struggle, the question of things happening to people, and really wrestling with the feeling that God doesn't respond enough to what's happening in the world. Basically, the thought was the Jesus I read about would have responded. That was the thought. And I was struggling, I was really struggling with why an all-powerful God allows evil, And while I don't assume to have all the answers, because this is something I'm really allowing God himself to answer and teach me about. I have nice eyes. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm allowing God to teach me about it. This thought came, this lesson, I don't know what to call it, but there's intended will and there's unintended will. And I think I read about it in the Bible one of these times. Sorry, I told you I'm getting ready for church. I guess we're getting ready for church, depending on what day it is. But what God has intended sometimes gets interrupted with reality. I don't know how else to call it. I did this already. Did I do this already? Did I do this already? Okay, I did this already. All right, we're good. God has intended goodness from the beginning of the world. But just like with communication, what's intended and what comes across can be interrupted by, external things. So I believe that is why God is also redemptive, because he knows in a world full of sentient beings whose wills are being respected, so that he's not a dictator and he's not... No, that can't continue. Where's my... So that he's not a dictator or a tyrant. Where's my stuff? Oh. Yeah, what's intended can be interrupted. And that's why he's redemptive. And I'm sitting here thinking about, okay, I really heard a testimony of somebody's family member passing, and I was reflecting on his stance of faith and his response to it. Bro, where's my stuff? All right. And it's made me realize that God is good. He is good. We say that, right? God is good. Everything he plans is good. His plans can be interrupted. I'm saying that lightly because this is me still learning. But his plans can be interrupted, but they cannot be undone. They cannot be thwarted. Is that an accurate statement? I have no idea. But let's think biblically. We have Israel, and his plan was to bring them into the promised land, and he still did. It just took the 40 years instead of the 11 days. Maybe his plans can't be interrupted, but maybe he plans with interruptions in mind, with things that hinder. Because, there's the angel delivering the message, and he was hindered by that demonic spirit. Almost fell. But it still came at the right time. That's kind of cool that you plan for traffic. Anybody who plans for traffic is a different kind of planner, because I'm a plan, the way I plan, say, oh, it takes 20 minutes to get there. Did you check the traffic? Nah. Take me 20 minutes. I don't know about y'all. Take me 20 minutes. Then I get stuck in traffic. But if God is planning something, knowing it takes 20 minutes, but he also knows the traffic adds another 30, depending on what city you live in, then that really means he knows what he's doing. And I think that really means the presence of trouble and tribulation and struggle and pain should boost our confidence in him even more, that he already planned for that. I think I'm just grappling with stuff happens to it all. And I think my question was, God, are you just watching us hurt? Are you just suffering, like watching us suffer? But one thing that I learned about God from Job is that he's not just majestic and powerful. You know, where were you when I built the thing? Coming from a background with the people that I've been around, that sounds like egotistical narcissism, respectfully. But it's not, because he actually did the stuff, and he did it with generosity and love in his heart, and he put it out to be beautiful and good. So that's very selfless. It's very giving without the strings attached. So it's not narcissistic. Cool. But it still really amps him up. So I'm like, what does that have to do with me? And when I finally took a 14th look, I don't know how many looks, but 14th look, I see that when he says, where were you when I built the foundations of the world and made a tent for lightning and stuff like that, it means that he knows how to pay attention to details of creation, that the details of creation were taken care of, not just the majesty. So the same thing for our lives. The details of our life are taken care of. He's detail-oriented. He knows what he's doing. Even in my struggles and sufferings and pain and my questions, he's planned for that. And he's planned it for my good, because he has always intended good. And if the enemy or me, because we do accountability here, if I'm the one messing up the journey, he's already planned for that. Everything he does is good. And in the face of people suffering based on the compound wills of billions of people throughout time, that's something that has to happen. And I was thinking about this with Jesus, because sometimes the Easter narrative, the redemptive narrative, can hit you right in the daddy issues. I'm like, yo, God, why you send your son? Like, couldn't there be another way to deal with this? Why you gotta sacrifice your son? Like, how does the son feel about that? CC Isaac. But me learning that Jesus gave himself, he said, nobody takes my life from me. I lay it down. And when he said, if there's any other way, let this cup pass me by. And God, in his wisdom, knew that there is no other way. And he said, yeah, I'm still going to do this. Like, that's love. God the Father knowing, hey, like, for these people to be saved, like, you're going to have to die. That is the command. But Jesus also had a choice to follow or to flee the command of God, just like any person. And he chose to follow it because that is the way, because he loves his God and his Father. Man, that's deep theology. But I think it really paints how willing Jesus was to show up for us. And that spite and shame or whatever between them was non-existent. They were there. The Father sent the Son. He sacrificed the Son. He watched the Son go handle a situation that only the Son could. And the Son chose to respond to the Father's command to go and do the thing because our love requires it. Whew. Our love requires it. And he did it. Sometimes I get stuck there, but he also rose from the dead. He also overcame all of those things. And the Father was reunited with the Son, and the Son was lifted up. He rose from the dead, and he doing better. He doing great up there, hopefully. I believe so. Not up there, I can't check, but I think he's doing pretty great. And that should give us all hope, you know? At least it gives me a little bit more hope. So anyway, that is my morning thoughts. I'm probably late for church now, am I? I can't tell. I need to find my... You know what? We're not going to be late for this. We're going to get us some shea butter. Shea butter with a little bit of water. There we go. Non-toxic king out here taking care of his skin. Gotta love it. It's like we're on FaceTime. I'm not gonna do that to y'all yet. But yeah. Much better. All right. I'm done. Happy Palm Sunday.